All right, guys. So basically, this is where the area starts. So there's a sign here, and on the sign it basically says no. So it says Y pi. Y means outside, and pi means the number plate. So they don't want this sign means that motorcycles with a number plate that's registered outside of the city cannot go ahead. So this is where the area starts here. So in theory, you're not allowed to go through. There are no cameras, but there might be like police checking, and then if they catch you, and then they're gonna take a look at your plate, and they're gonna say, "Oh, look at your plate. It's not a Nanjing plate. It's a suburb plate, or maybe it's a Beijing plate, or it's a Shanghai plate." So you're not allowed to ride in the center, the area. So because this is where pretty much like the town center starts. Okay, so that's it. That's how they stop motorcycles from entering the city. So again, as I'm going to explain in another video, they are what I call, for the purpose of this video, what I call, there are city plates, and then you have the other plates. So we have Nanjing downtown plates, and these are actually allowed to like go through it. They can ride in town, no problem. And then there are the like the suburb plates. So I don't know, just like maybe in New York, I don't know, imagine in Manhattan they'll say, "Oh, okay, well, if your plate is registered in Manhattan, then you can ride in Manhattan. But if you're coming from like Brooklyn, or I don't know, I'm not from New York, so I don't know the other neighborhood, but maybe New Jersey, then you can't ride in Manhattan." So that's the same. Or London, if you're coming from, let's just say, Peckham, or I don't know the other, Chelsea, and then they'll say, "Oh, okay, well, you're not allowed to ride in central London, like Mayfair area or Oxford Street." It's the same thing. So basically, they're just saying no motorcycles in town unless your motorcycle is registered in the city. And here's another thing. So in China, you buy the motorcycle and you also buy the plate. You buy the plate separate. So for example, so you go to the shop, you buy your bike, they will give you like a piece of paper that says it's a brand new bike. And then you got to go to the local, like a DMV, or like transport vehicle, whatever department, and then you go in and get a plate. So the thing is, if you live in town, you can get a downtown plate. But if you don't live in town, you can't get a downtown plate. So you show your address, they're going to take a look at it. They're going to say, oh, okay, well, you live downtown. Okay, you can get a downtown plate. So if you live in the suburbs, then no. Like, they'll just say, you go get a suburb plate, whatever. Now, here's another thing that they did and this is why I call this a war, because it just shows how far these people are willing to go to eradicate motorcycles. So what they did is they stopped issuing new plates. So even if you live in town and you buy a brand new bike, and then you go to the local like DMV transportation department, they're not going to give you a new plate. They're going to say there's a waiting list, and you have to buy a second-hand plate. So either you maybe know someone, a friend of yours, who doesn't want his plate anymore, or I don't know, you go through like some kind of agent, some kind of middleman, and they'll have the plates, and you can buy a plate from them. Now, obviously, because there are new plates, you can only buy second-hand plates. These have become really expensive, and for example, in Nanjing, it's like maybe $15,000 for a plate. In Beijing, it's like $60,000, I think. I think it's like $60,000. In Shanghai, it's like, if you want a downtown plate, it's like maybe $50,000 dollars. Yeah, it's like dollars, euros, something like that. So this is the crazy thing about riding motorcycles in China. They have done everything they could within like some kind of like legal framework within the law. They've tried everything they could within the law to just annihilate motorcycles. And this is why the whole industry, this is why the motorcycle industry in China is completely crippled by these laws. Like, and obviously, if you're a Chinese bike manufacturer, you're not going to go and spend millions on developing motorcycles, because who knows what's going to happen. And right now, there is no sign whatsoever that these rules are going to change. In fact, I think this year, in Beijing, it got worse. There's more roads. So there's also this that they do. It's like they'll say, this road is not for motorcycles. So just like that, just arbitrarily deciding that, this road is not for motorcycles. So I think it's like a couple of weeks ago, there was something in Beijing about this. So the city of Beijing, they just expanded the area. There's more roads where motorcycles can't go. And then there's a bunch of other rules as well. I'm talking about it in a different video. It's not just like not being able to ride in town or on certain roads. There's like a ton of other things that they do to make sure that people do not ride motorcycles and scooters as well. But that's it for today. This is just a quick video to just show you how it works here in China. And I'll be making more videos about this later. See ya. Stay safe. Peace.